Hello, my name is Emke and I love traveling. So in August 23, I decided to travel a bit of Germany, and my first stop was Lüneburg-Heth in Lower Saxony, which actually looks best in August. Next to nature, I also explored a tank museum in Münster, and after a short weekend, I made my way to Hesse. And the first thing I did there was obviously go to Aldi Süd because it's the best. Since I love the nature in Hesse a lot, I immediately went cycling and explored some routes that I have never seen before around Hungen, which is near Gießen. However, me being the big kid that I am, I could not resist having some playtime, but I also took it nice and slow and enjoyed some sunsets from wherever I was. Another thing about Hesse that is so lovely are the little towns with their half-timbered houses like Büdingen, Lich or Laubach. However, my favorite place in the entire region is the Bielstein on the Vogelsberg, because as you can tell from my smile, I just really love it there, because look at that view. You can basically look all the way to Frankfurt when the weather is like this, and I think that's pretty incredible. Next to nature, music is what I love a lot, so the next day I went to Mainz to check out the Blackout Problems. Which was pretty epic. The following day I left Hesse, but I had to stop at the Taunus to say goodbye, and then I made my way to Baden-Württemberg, and obviously first of all had to check out the scenery because I have never been there before. The towns nearby were Hüfingen, the source of the Danube in Donau-Eschingen, which is the second largest river in Europe, Bräunlingen, Bad Dürheim and Villingen-Schwenningen. The landscape there near the Black Forest was hilly, but it is also a bit flatter than the actual forest, so me and Kenny, my bike, definitely enjoyed ourselves a lot. The highest mountain in Baden-Württemberg is the Feldberg with its 1,493 meters, and even when you kind of leave at the very top, you still have to walk a few kilometers to reach the actual top. And downhill is the Feldsee. Besides, you can find the highest waterfalls in Triberg in the Black Forest, called the Triberger Waterfalls. And also quite a few lakes like the Kirnbergsee, in which you can swim in and have a little break and just enjoy the sun in the summertime. Since Switzerland was only a 30-minute drive away from Hüfingen, where I stayed, I went to Schaffhausen for a day and checked out the so-called Rheinfall, which was pretty impressive and definitely worth a visit if you should ever get to go there yourself. An hour away from Hüfingen is Konstanz at Lake Konstanz, and that is another town worth visiting because you can go swimming there in obviously Lake Konstanz, enjoy some beautiful sunsets, and also witness some cool thunder and lightning. After a week, it was time to leave Baden-Württemberg again and the beautiful Black Forest, but I made my way to Rhineland-Palatinate, to the Palatinate forest, where I have been to before and I fell in love with it back then and I still love it. And walking around in the mottled sandstone, which the forest is famous for, and also looking at these incredible rocks and castles that this forest is also known for, was another highlight on this very cool trip. I continued my way to the Saarland, where I have also never been to before, and first of all walked around in France, since you can easily just walk across the border. I looked at a tank and at the really cool scenery there, and I gotta say that this here is probably the coolest sign I have ever seen, and I want this badly in Germany too. Walking back from France, I checked out Saarbrücken, which is the capital of the Saarland. Since Treves in Rhineland-Palatinate is just an hour away from Saarbrücken, I had to look at this very famous Roman town as well, obviously, because as you can see, there are still a lot of buildings that remind you of the Roman history, which was definitely very fascinating to look at. The following day, I decided to be one of these crazy people who go running in 33 degrees weather, and yeah, it was pretty hot, but I did get to have summer views, which was so fun, and in the evening, finally, it was time to get ready for Flash Forward and You Me at 6! That was so good, thank you, Flash Forward. And thank you, Yumi at 6. After the show, it was time to leave again, so I soaked in some more sunshine because I don't really have that at home. And then I looked at some more castles and rocks in the Hunsrück before I made my way to the Rhine. At the Rhine, I stopped at St. Goar, which is opposite of St. Gorshausen. Both towns are right by the Lorelei, and it was pretty cool being back since I had been there before on a holiday. Continuing to Limburg in Hesse again, which is a town with half-timbered houses that I very much loved, and thankfully lots of sunshine, which felt so good. I drove to Hanover, back to the north, to visit my brother and its cat Molly, and we spent lots of time playing Harry Potter Legacy and pretending to be emo scene kids, which was so fun. After 2.5 weeks, it was time to go back home, and all I gotta say though about this trip is thank you, Germany. Thank you.